Welcome everybody, welcome to the Tomb of Illumination, my site. Today I'm going to talk a little about astrotheology, astrotheology, which is basically astrophysics, but pretty much the same sort of word, isn't it? It all comes back to the design of the earth, man's spiritual enlightenment and its connection to the earth. Now, if any of you follow, I'll probably name this video something astrotheology, and I'll probably get a new bunch of people looking into this, because I've watched a few sites online regarding astrotheology and they have no idea what they're talking about, because a lot of them will associate the spinning ball globe with astrotheology, and straight away you know they're on the wrong track and they won't figure anything out. So if anybody's mentioning astrotheology in the globe in the same video, just don't bother watching it, because it's nothing to do with the globe. The globe is a made up mathematical system the Freemasons have over everybody. It's mind control. So it's only mathematics and theory. When the original flat earth design, the actual design of our earth, is all explained and told by the ancients. So you have to know what they are thinking and what they know to understand astrotheology. Metaphysics, basically physics. Because I can explain it all. When these people are talking astrotheology, they can't explain it. They're all, why do they do this? Why have they made everything esoteric as a start? That's one big question. Because man has to seek the truth. It's about conscious evolving consciously. So there will come a time when we will fully understand all the scriptures, because we have consciously evolved. But you don't evolve unless you're searching for the truth. So if you're just stuck in the globe theory, you're not going to go anywhere. You've just wasted your entire life. So just follow me, and I'll be doing a lot of videos regarding astrotheology, because I can explain it all. No, I haven't seen anyone else explain it. So realise that. If, the esoteric, the message is all coded, because you have to be seeking. You have to open the mind. It's in scripture, it says, if you were to wake up, go through your second birth, you have to be asking a question, which means your mind has to be open. Okay? So this video here is about Noah's Ark. So look at this. Noah's Ark. Know his ark. So when you understand the whole flat earth system and man's conscious awakening, a second birth, and it says, I think that might be in Genesis there, that every man, no, that's another video I'm doing actually, that's Revelations, regarding to every man, his firstborn will die, will be killed, meaning your physical birth, your mentality from your physical birth will be cleansed, flushed out, and you will go through your second birth. Okay, but then it goes on to talk about God's firstborn, which is represented by the zodiac symbol, which is Aries. That's firstborn. So these ones here will go through and have their second birth, and they will be the most divine. They will become the kings. Okay, there's the sun firstborn. So there's this metaphysical type second birth. Well, it's all metaphysical, it's all spiritual, but then there's the physical. Bit confusing, but anyway, I'll stick to this video here. Okay, so everything is about sound. All the languages have been created for. Well, it's you know, we all have our own languages, don't we? And this is mentioned in the Bible when he says they've become like God, become God-like. Let's go down and separate the languages. So it's all coded and they're all been separated, like all the puzzles are all over the show, all around the world in different languages. You've got Sanskrit, Latin, Greek, Germanic, others, but when it comes back to English, well, for us English-speaking people, it's probably the best, but we can sound these words out. A lot of words we can just sound out. Keep sounding it. You don't say the exact word the way we've been taught to pronounce it. You just keep breaking it down, sounding it out, and you could find something similar, and then you'll click, and that fits better with the overall picture. So you just take Noah by itself. Noah means being in a state of rest, equilibrium. And this is all about physics, and I'm about to get into that. And then but if you put ark there, you've got Noah's ark. And here's the ark of man, man's ark of horizon. This is not what you're taught in science or school, is every man stands under his visual perspective, which is an arc. 360 degrees all around him to his horizon, but he has this nice symmetrical 180 degree arc. And in Genesis, talks about the firmament. They will have pitch within. They will have pitch within and pitch without. It's layered. Basically the inert gaseous layers of the atmosphere. As the hydrogen molecule rises and expands into different states of matter through ionization. The firmament is made up of layers. And it's that firmament is where we see all the celestial bodies, because they've come from somewhere else. You have to see my earlier videos. They come from the centre, and images are created now at what we perceive as the physical realm. They come from a centre point, which is the centre Arctic. And they're all displayed in our firmament. It's all about moisture and the different states of matter create the colours, you see, because it's all based on frequency. So you've got to think of colour, frequency, gaseous layers, all of the same thing. This is why we can send frequencies through the ether, atmosphere, because they're bands of frequencies, because based on colour. Colour is frequency, isn't it? It's all sound. It all comes from sound out of the centre trumpet. Anyway, so Noah's Ark. So you have to understand the arc horizon of man. Everywhere he walks, his ark will go with him. Rise up, Daniel, your ark will rise too. This came to me once, but I can't find it in the Bible anymore. Rise up, Daniel, you will see further. Maybe it's in some other book. The Torah or something, I don't know. But people just take that in its simple form, like climb a mountain, you'll see further. But no, it's deeper than that. That's too simple. You know, but all this esoteric stuff isn't for simple people. So, man's arc of horizon. This goes into Horus and Set. Is it Set? Yeah, Horus and Set. I've done a recent video on that. Is the sun setting here? Or, you know, this is the psychological battle. This is the trick with the human beings. Is the sun really going down here? In your arc of horizon? Which it is. Or is it coming down way out the end of the world? No. Everything comes up and over your personal arc of horizon. Because you have to treat yourself as the black hole centre of creation. We're all God-like. We are the centre of the universe. Nothing else exists outside of this visual perspective anyway. Okay? So if you had no contact with the outside world, there would be nothing that existed outside or where you move with your arc. You've got to think of that. So the arc, 2 by 2. The animals, 2 by 2. Zodiac polarities. Everything is about the zodiac. It's the foundation of Earth, is the zodiac. So these are polarities. Leo down to Aquarius. Come around to Virgo, you're on Pisces and Virgo. These are the divine events in the whole Jesus story. You had the full solar eclipse on the 21st of August. Down here in Aquarius, You read the stories, you connect it all. And then that's new moon. Come around to full moon, when the sun raced around 17 days later, got right round to Virgo. The polarity was 13.5 degrees in Pisces, full moon. That was the birth of Jesus on the 6th day of September. Time is kept by the sun, remember? So the sun's up here on the 6th day of September. Back here, 13 degrees Pisces was the full moon. Understand your polarities. Why? Because the polarities is both ends of the Milky Way, male and female, because it's all about pairing. Male and female. The moon is the female, the sun is the male. You have to understand that. The Milky Way, let's use another colour, it's like this. One end is male, one end is female. Mercury, Venus, female, male. That's the sun in there with the black hole. The sun on its horizon. So every time there's an alignment like, or wherever the sun is, there's a bit more to that though, but just realise that's what these divine events are representing. It's the full moon and the new moon. Full moon and new moon are referring to this Milky Way I'm talking about here, because they're both in the Milky Way together. That's the tomb. In the tomb for 3 days. This would be the moon in Pisces for 3 days. Moves around for 3 days. And the most divine period is the 6th day of September, when the sun and moon are the closest together. Why is that? Because that is equilibrium. That is where everything is dead flat and straight, the whole ecliptic plane. Okay? It's not dead straight at the equinox. No. You see, at the equinox, it's down here. There's nothing equal about the sun moving. It's only midway. That's mid-year between the solstices. There's nothing equilibrium about the journey of the sun's path. No. Actual equilibrium is right there, look. Right through there. The neck. It's all about the neck. 6th day of September. Okay? So Noah's Ark. Noah means the state of rest. So in the whole divine story, which is what all the religious scripts are alluding to, is man's hour. And man's hour of his ark comes at his zenith right here. The zenith point. And you should know by now, if you don't, you want to start following a lot of my old videos, is that there is 2 sky rotations on our flat earth realm. There's the northern hemisphere rotation, star rotation. Then there's a southern hemisphere star rotation. And there's a gap. The obvious time to look at the gap is in the holy season, when Orion's belt is passing through. Because all these stars will turn like this, but Orion will stay straight as it passes through like this. The holy season is when Sirius turns up here on the east will be Sirius, and on the west is Antares. Tares. It's not quite there at the minute, so come equinox, what's the date today? Maybe not even the equinox, might even be a little bit later. This is the evenness, the equilibrium. No, it's not associated with that equilibrium though. This is another story, but they're all connected. Man is deceived by what he assumes is equilibrium at the equinox. But I'm just waiting to get 100 subscribers, 100 patrons before I reveal all the secrets, okay? So, what's happening back here, we think is happening here. That's going deep. But you have to understand, I'm talking about man's divine hour, and it's an alignment right here. And X marks the spot. X marks the spot, and what's the spot? I'll tell you that secret, I've never revealed before, is Orion's belt. Orion's belt, everybody. There is it's basically like this. When there's the star alignments that make up the cross. Now, if you check out any other theological sites, they will not know what that cross is. They keep referring back to the crux. The crux has nothing to do with that cross. Well, there's a connection going deep, but that is the cross. At that hour, at the right time of the year. That's a divine secret that I've just revealed to you, people. Okay? Whoever watches this video, YouTube doesn't let it go very far. But there's the Holy Cross. But there's more crosses involved with this whole event. There's actually a cross going on up to the tropics. And then the T member comes across here like this. This is pairing between the two fields. This is the South Pole, North Pole build up at the tropics. Metaphysical. Science won't tell you all this. They don't tell you that the magnetic field of Earth does not cross the tropics anywhere there. It's a direct compass bearing from north to south because it's dead straight. Dead straight. But the rest of the Earth curls, magnetic field curves laterally. Well, back to this divine moment, man's arc of horizon. If you read about Noah, build an ark of gopher, wood. Well, wood is usually mentioned here as non-conductive. So it's all about polarities. It's energy, okay? Negative, positive, male, female. So fir, one that bears, crucifier. You can go into etymology and break all this down yourself. It's not meaning what people think it does. You break it all down. But you can go really deep. You've got cipher, zero, empty, to cleanse. Because the whole spiritual story is cleanse your old self out, your old mentality away from you to put in the new wine, remember? You can't put new wine into an old skin. You have to be totally cleansed. This is the whole story of death. You must die before you are reborn. But it's a spiritual thing. It's not a physical death. The whole Jesus dying on the cross is all, it's a story. You've got crack code, secret, esoteric. And go fur. The fur is connected to GH, to release. I reach. No, I didn't quite finish that, whatever that is. Meet with, well, it could be I reach or meet with. It's this time when this certain point happens. Go, back up to go. To advance, take place, conquer, observe, to direct one's way. So your celestial bodies are coming up over your arc of horizon, down again. But this is an alignment between you and the other. It's like a polarity there. It's a northern, say south and north. This is alignment. And your stars and that have to meet at this point. Bingo. And that there represents the Milky Way. The two hemisphere Milky Ways aligning. To there. That's your hour. That's man's hour. This is all divine information you will never find anywhere else. I can tell you that now. So check out my Patreon page. Get on board. I'm not revealing all the secrets until I get 100 Patreons. There's some people just coming in at the base rate, which is $3.50 American, and they can't even afford that for a while because they're getting the information here before I make it public. But you've got to hang in there till I get 100. Okay, and there's a top tier group getting their own more divine videos that I don't release for a long time. Think about that if you're really interested in this sort of stuff. Right, let's go back here. State of one's mind and the positioning of the Earth's energy field. State of mind. So a man, to go through his second rebirth, has to be in a very comfortable state mentally, psychologically and physically. He's got to be at rest. This is why second births normally only happen to the older people who have gone through life, don't bear much stress now. They've paid off their mortgages, whatever, money in the bank, happy. I mean, obviously younger people can go through it too these days, so that the people that have a lot of money, there's a lot of younger wise people coming through now because they've got a lot of money, they're living a great life, and they're reasonably intelligent, so they start thinking, searching out the truth. So it's all about equilibrium. So one, you've got equilibrium with the Earth system and equilibrium with the man's conscious state. The positioning of the Earth's energy field. The 5 holy days. Remember, there's a 360-degree rotational cycle with the Earth. That doesn't mean it's a ball. You want to check out my videos where the 360 cycle comes into it, the flat Earth system. All to do with this S-curve of creation. That's a 360-degree cycle there. Then you have another one coming back. So it's actually, the divine information is about 720 degrees. But then we add on the 5 holy days, where the sun doesn't actually move in the motion, which is that point there. There, you could say a couple of days here or there, but this is the divine period. 6th of September, the day of creation, the whole Jesus story. Creation of man in his second birth, his awakening, runs parallel with the one-off story of the Earth's creation. It's all connected. When the sun is not moving in degrees to form its analemma. At least 3 of these days are around the 6th of September. But we don't see this. Crikey, we were approaching this, I forgot to look. Checked that the sun, oh no I did. I checked one thing actually. I checked it's obviously not coming from that dead east and setting in the dead west, but I never checked for 3 days to see if it was the exact same sun rising position. But we're fooled, so it might not show, it might move, but like I say, I'll get into that much further on. This is where the moon is closest to the sun, only because they are on the exact same plane of the ecliptic. It's level, it's equilibrium. See, otherwise it's like this, down and out, up and in. You've got to imagine the sun is in the center here, the sun is there, the plasma, the real sun, our sun image out here is not, it's nothing to do with it. It's a reflected, it's just an image of what's happening in here, following the magnetic ecliptic plane. So the sun we see is out here at the end of the Milky Way. Milky Way is like this. Goes up and in for northern summer, down and out for the southern summer. And the actual real sun's back here in the center, the plasma. But it follows this moving magnetic field of Earth, the image we get. Okay? This is where the moon is closer to the same plane of the ecliptic. This is equilibrium, balance. State of equilibrium, balance, Noah. This is when a divine event happened. The the other balance in physics is when Antares sits on the western horizon as Sirius sits on the eastern horizon at daybreak, the morning. When the sun comes up, they're even. Okay? So that could be, this could be the 17th of October, but I'm just guessing at this stage. I'm keeping an eye on that to see when it does actually happen. The 17th of October is the 40 days and 40 nights from the 6th of September, the day of this event. Okay? This is the religious story. 6th of September, 6th of the night. 40 days later is the 17th of the second month. 17th of the second month is October. That's the southern hemisphere, okay? Daybreak, the rising of the sun and the start of the holy season. Seasoning, salts needed. Seasoning. So you've got to understand this divine event involves man's seasoning. That's where the word came from initially. Having the right salts in his system for him to go through this divine event, which are the salts that he missed during his gestation period, the 3 months that he missed. Because the 3 months represent the cornerstone the builders rejected. That's one version of the story. There's another story concerning the corner is the timing. You know, and I've done videos on this regarding that Chikara zodiac symbol, there's the Mayan one. It's not on a corner, but mainly it's the 3/4, like it's the quarters, the 3 zodiac signs that you missed during your 9 months of gestation. Okay, there's minerals that your body's lacking, so bear that in mind. And if anybody's wanting to go through this divine event, you have to associate it with your moon sign at your conception. See, no one's ever revealed that till I came along. They all think it's something to do with being born in the physical world. Coming into the light of the sun is your sun sign, the light of the world. But it's all about the moon. Well, the magic happened back at your conception. Boom. Where was the moon? So the Jesus story is about he was conceived here. The start. This is the start of the whole story. Aries. Sun sign, Aries. Okay? The moon was in Pisces. And then he goes around. 9 months he's born in Capricorn. That's why we have Christmas in Capricorn. December. And then his spiritual enlightenment is 9 months later after his physical birth, including the Capricorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Born again in Virgo in the sun sign, but Jesus' moon was full in Pisces. That's why we have the fishes. This is the most divine because we're in the constellation of Pisces. Okay? So, know his arc. You need to understand your arc. Understand the arc. You need to understand what I've just told you. Alignments. Celestial body alignments. So every year you will get your full moon in your sign. And when it's in the full moon, it's in the Milky Way. Every time that the moon is full, it's at the end of the Milky Way, the female end. The sun's always there. The sun is the hermaphrodite. And it's all about pairing, male and female. This is why we get marriage down here in the physical world. We're two entities that are separated from the spiritual world. We're two entities now. Back in the spiritual realm where we come from and return to, we become one again. Male and female. This is what the sun's showing us. The sun is male and female. It's got the